Hello, everyone. Lovely to be with you. So, welcome completely. Relax, rest. Invite your body, mind to just be free for now, for the duration of this meeting. Let things be as they are. Notice the breath. Invite your body, your breath to sort of just be free. Because our true nature is already freedom itself. Freedom is not a concept. There is nothing you need to do. Notice a heartbeat. It has nothing to do with you. Just reminding you of the universal creative presence. Like you notice the sounds of the birds singing in the field, or the sound of traffic. It's always reminding us about our true nature. This effortless awareness, this vastness. It's always there, always on board, always available to us. It is that which we are. We are effortlessly aware. It is not a trivial thing. It is the heart of the matter. Within this awareness are perceptions. We perceive thoughts and sensations. We hear these words. So the play of awareness, it is creative, like a stream, gurgling as it flows across the rocks, bubbles, splashes of water. Creativity, but nothing is disturbed. The stream is not disturbed by its dance. You are this indisturbable, formless presence, playing the game of life, a humanhood, personal being, playing the game of sunrise and sunset, creative, various shapes of clouds appear, playful, with nothing at stake. Why do we experience this sense of urgency when it is not needed? Why do we experience this sense of impending doom as if there is something at stake when it is not necessary? Is that something we like to do? We like to experience something. Can we do so harmoniously, honoring everything and everyone, recognizing each person's freedom is God's freedom, God given. To live in utter humility, not to replace the old programs that we have somehow inherited with new programs. To pay attention, to be quiet and silent, to attend, yes, we are this borderless presence, this vastness, this effortless awareness, impersonal. But can we meet each other without any baggage, spiritual or otherwise, without baggage? And to honor the messages that come to us, and not to be somebody that knows something, somebody that understands something, somebody who wants to guide others. All of that is falsehood, illusion, thoughts about myself and thoughts about others. Illusions. There is superficial understanding of that, but there is also a deeper understanding. Bottomless understanding. It completely kills you. It frees you and frees the entire realm. The Dharma doesn't belong to anyone. And it belongs to everyone. The Dharma is not about the words. The words are just a vehicle. Holding on to the words is you have to let them go. To be completely not knowing. It is said in the Buddhist scriptures that there are three pillars: the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Buddha is the universal teacher. The Dharma is the teaching. The Sangha is how we live in relationship. Everybody belongs to the Sangha. How do we live? How do we relate? The sun is always shining. And it is via the light and the heat, via the sunshine, that we are guided, that the plants are nourished, the human organism survives. The light of awareness, which is shining right now, always shining. Everywhere. Facilitating our path out of the belief in separation, in the light of awareness. The unmanifest, out of which and to which everything appears, everything manifests, out of which and to which, right now, always. Keep turning your attention to the source. It leads you to your true silence, which never ceases to express itself. So, if you have any questions, anything that you would like to explore. Yes. Hello, Holger.
Hello, Magdi. Am I allowed to use some words?
You already did.
Thank you. Brilliance and madness are both mind stuff.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear the
Yes,
first.
sorry. The brilliance and madness are both mind stuff.
Brilliance and madness are mind stuff. No. No. There is a relative brilliance and there is an absolute brilliance.
Sure.
The brilliance that has an opposite is mind stuff. But there is a brilliance that has no opposite.
Perfect, which would be awareness itself. It's the only source.
It is that which points to it.
Okay. Which is pointing to itself. I mean, there is only one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one reality, yes.
Beautiful. So love and wisdom for the benefit of all is always available.
In a
It
relative,
is
that is true in a relative sense. But in the absolute sense, there is only love.
beautiful, beautiful. Okay, yes, in a relative sense, love and wisdom are always available for the benefit of all. And the only challenge is to relax in order to welcome, invite love and wisdom.
Yeah, but the relaxation which has a me and others is not the true relaxation. The relaxation that has me and all is not the true relaxation. So you have to keep in mind that the Dharma is just metaphoric, that in reality there is no one relaxing.
So,
So relaxation as a way of speaking, again, we're in the language, is our reality, is a reality of consciousness. It has no opposite, so why would it not relax?
no, for sure. But this sounds theoretical because on a practical level, we all, as persons, we struggle, we suffer, we kill each other. So there is something that needs to relax.
The practical level is theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
You are saying, you are pointing to that which is absolute as being practical, and that which is practical, using your language, using the words, in other words, that which is relative to be absolute. No, it's the other way around.
For sure, the other way around, but how, yeah, on one level, I could just stop using words and just rest in noble silence, for example.
If
But
that resonates for you, yeah, I think
good,
that's
good, good. And on another level, there is Gaza, there is Trump, there is craziness happening in this play of name and form.
yeah. In your night dream as well. In your night dream, there are also different Gazas and different Trumps. Yes, correct.
So you speak about loving and kind, and I find this extremely powerful.
Yeah, but there has to be an understanding about that we cannot be loving and kind from the mind, like as a strategy or as a way of being. It's actually always in the moment. So the words to be loving and kind are just pointers. They just
Concessions.
always in the moment. In the moment to be completely free from the past. And
Yes.
that's quite a challenge, especially in some spiritual circles where we have somehow identified with certain understandings.
So yes, loving and kind cannot be done by a seeming separate self. It's only the surrender that appears as loving and kindness.
Yeah, you surrender until you are surrendered. I mean, you surrender until you get beyond. There is nothing more to surrender. You are the surrender. Again, these are just metaphors. Uh, so yes, there is in the realm of this conversation, which is in the dream realm, there are things to do. There is a certain dharmic way of living, but not to remain as somebody who's living the Dharma. Living the Dharma is about becoming free from Dharma, free from opposites, free from just freedom. The freedom of and the freedom to. The freedom from and the freedom to.
Beautiful. But in practical terms, as someone who still believes to suffer and someone who still believes to struggle, I just allow myself to say that there is this idea here of relaxing, and that this relaxing opens out a way for love and wisdom to operate,
Yeah, there
and
is
that
the relaxing and the same time the understanding. It's not sufficient to the relaxing. Of course, in the satsang, in the meditations, we invite ourselves to the relaxing, but then there is also the understanding. So there is both the relaxing and the understanding, and they go together. Yes,
yeah,
the
beautiful.
understanding is crucial.
Yes. But there is like there is a seeming wall, a seeming stumbling block. And I would say, in my case, if I would be a case, it is shame and pride.
I'm sorry. It is what?
Shame and pride
Oh, fame.
is the main wall.
It's beautiful to get to see somehow or even get a hint about our own stumbling blocks. Using your words is very good. So these vasanas operate, mostly below the radar, but they're operating. We don't see them, and until there is certain events that keep pointing to that, or they keep pointing to that, then in a way, it's like knocking on your door. Say, hey, hey, hey. So somebody at the door. There is a little knock, and you don't hear it, and then there is sort of a repetitive knock, knock, knock. Yeah. So then it's really grace that is gifting you with the opportunity to perceive, notice, the vasana, and then explore the whole dynamic of fame and pride.
So again, as a little me entity, I allow to relax because I allow to relax and understand. And in this openness, somehow it is allowed that traumas, fears, misunderstandings allowed to bubble up to the surface.
Yes, but there's also action. So, conscious action to depends. there is no one answer to that. There is action, whether it is to be still, whether to choose a different way of expression. There is action as well.
But in an atmosphere of love and gratitude.
There is action that arises out of understanding and out of noticing, seeing, okay, there's something there, an interest. There is an interest in getting deeper, in seeing through it. And so this action that arises out of, love for truth, love for freedom, and understanding that that is the direction, that is the path.
But we are being guided through it. It's not a personal doer doing it. It's grace again. All of it is grace.
Love for truth, to say it's grace, or, okay, you could, what isn't grace?
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, got it.
We're everything is grace.
Excuse my rambling. It's just, I'm just trying to get clear about it, because on one level it's so ridiculously simple. And I just want to find out what really, for decades I was suffering and unhappy, and I see the whole world is suffering and unhappy, and I just want to pinpoint it because it's ridiculously simple. And the only thing I am right now, it's shame and pride. It's a main block that prevents us from lovingly expressing and sharing and exploring together.
To explore a different guidance than the guidance of your mind and your feelings or your sensations, your emotions, different guidance.
So,
and in the absence of clarity about that guidance, then we remain silent, still, and alert, and available, and questioning and exploring within oneself and in the context of this meeting. And at some point there is going to be some order, some clarity. But the mind, even the spiritual mind, has a lot of dharmic images, but they don't connect. They may be like actually veils in the way of our direct connectedness with what's happening.
I feel very privileged to be here, Mag. I feel very privileged to be here, Magdi, and I love you, but I don't want to be here just to learn a new coping mechanism.
Right. No. We're not interested in new coping mechanisms.
Perfect. Thank you. Good. Thank you.
Okay, Olga, nice to see you. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Any questions?
I think Maria asked if she could ask a question, but without speaking.
Oh, okay. Yes, hello, Maria. You are muted, yes. Okay, so you can unmute yourself. Oh, okay. So you want to send a message, yes. All right, okay, very good. Let me read that. So, Maria, you say, I feel the door is being knocked repeatedly through messages that appear as this somatic block that comes up in the body every couple of months, where the throat hurts and there is difficulty in swallowing. The same sore throat that led me to the hospital last year. Is this reading too much into it? Is this story making? Please help me work with it. And now I have a hard time talking. Okay. Yes, to a certain extent, it is a story you are telling yourself. And at the same time, as we shared previously, these sorts of experiences also basically are inviting us to understand our reality as consciousness and not as Maria or as Magdi, not as a body mind. So, at the body mind level, which you've already done and you're continuing to do, you do your best to bring some comfort, some solution, some cure, some healing to the body, knowing very clearly that you are not the body and that it is your responsibility to take care of the body as best you can. So you do that, and you're also available for the love because at the body mind level, we are a tribe. We live in community, we live in groups, we live in society, and feeling the love, experiencing the love and the caring and the warmth, of friends and family, and also to love oneself, loving oneself, meaning to be tender with oneself, to like you love your car, you take care of it, you love your home, you love your body in the same way, not in any identified manner. So the love is very beautiful. It's also an opportunity, for others around you to love you and to express their love for you, their care for you, their concern for you. So this is also a gift, for everybody to sort of connect with the love, and which is our true nature, where we are one as consciousness, as one reality, and so when we are reminded, I mean, of course, we overlook that we are one reality because we are in the identity. We are in the me bubble, and so it's nice to sometimes get invitations to connect outside of the me bubble with a friend, with a neighbor, with a family member. So, Maria, just continue what you are doing. You're being loving, kind, and caring for your body, for your friends, for your community, for your family. You're very loving, and there's a lot of love around you. Continue to soak into that and to nourish that and to take care of your body as best you can. I know it's a sort of a mysterious thing how this body is manifesting, but it's all a mystery. It's all a mystery. Well, above all, continue to visit your understanding that Maria appears to you, the world appears to you, thoughts appear to you. You do not appear. You are that formless awareness. and live simply, uncomplicated. We appear from the source and return to the source only at the body-mind level. But the source is always changeless, unaugmented or undiminished by what happens in the waking dream or what happens in the night dream. This temporary journey, which we call the human journey, this waking dream, there's nothing we take with us. But it's a place where we can have the understanding about reality, about truth, about consciousness. And this understanding is not in the dream. It's an understanding about the whole thing, about reality and its creativity. And this understanding is irreversible. So this waking dream can serve that purpose, the irreversible purpose. So you can take care of Maria without the charge, without the psychological charge. Of course, lovingly, kindly, sweetly. There is a true Maria that has no name and no form. It's always to the true Maria that these words are shared, to the true Maria, from the true Magdi to the true Maria. It's the same truth, the same reality speaking to itself. It's part of the path of understanding. Consciousness speaking about itself, sharing aspects of itself, that it's the one and only reality, formless and changeless. In a snap of the fingers, this dream is over. But hey, what is real has no beginning and no ending, is never over. This language doesn't make sense. Time doesn't make sense when it comes to that. It's irrelevant when it comes to that. But here we are, celebrating. Celebration, yes, celebration across the board, welcoming everything. Knowing deep down that all is well, it's irrelevant, it's not But it's just a place where we can tell each other, I love you. That's it. Mission accomplished. Okay, Maya. Yeah, sending you my love. Yes. Any questions? Let me see. Was it Ezra? Yes. Hello, Ezra. Hi.
Hi, Magdi.
Hello.
I was wondering if you can speak a little bit about confusion. I've just been experiencing a lot of it lately, and I wonder just what your take on just the general concept of confusion could be.
A lot of things are very confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the world, what's happening, and there's a lot of, we can't figure it out. So there is confusion and there is understanding. Okay, so the particular understanding that we talk about in our meetings is the understanding about that which is and cannot not be, that which is beyond confusion or the opposite of confusion, that which always is. This is no identification. There is no person, in that reality. It's universal. But I mean, the mind, likes to feel comfortable and safe, and that it understands its environment. It knows how to navigate its environment. So in our home, we know, where things are. When we need, a nail clipper, we know which drawer to go to. It's so a certain degree of order in our life is important. And yeah, now the root cause of confusion is the me belief, which means that I am a limited entity, and I've got to figure it out to live as safely as I can for as long as I can and as happily as I can. Okay, fine. So good luck with that, right? I mean, because death is around the corner. Death of the body, I mean, it's around the corner. So like, oh my God, can I extend it another 10 years, or can I? And how comfortable can I be? Okay, fine. I have this house. Can I get a bigger house? And well, now I have a bigger house, but can I have a bigger house by the ocean? Or can I have by the ocean? But can I have also a vacation home out in the mountains? Because in the ocean, in the wind, whatever, the wind. So there's no end to the me, to seeking comfort, safety, and health and wealth. There is no end to that. So there is a certain need to plan and think ahead, and to be judicious in the decisions we make, taking care of the body. We making sure that in our old age we're not going to be. We want to be comfortable with the body. So there's a certain need to think ahead about your financial future, your safety, your comfort, financial comfort. So there is a certain degree of planning and thinking that is required. But the key thing is to somehow manage to do this with freedom, a certain freedom, a lightness, you know. But maybe I should ask you to say a little bit more, but because it's so much about confusion, like what in particular, is there any something more you can say about the confusion that you just referred to?
I think generally it's just been very prevalent in every area of my life. Like there were very deep-rooted beliefs that I had that I'm just now recognizing that are kind of falling apart in my life. And it's not just me, it's also like in my family, I see it in my mom and my brother. And it's just kind of like, I think it's just impairing my ability to make decisions from a place of stability and just trust in myself as well. Even considering like kind of issues related to survival, like finances and what I'm gonna do in the future. And it's as
Right.
much as I want to zoom out a little bit, it's on the personal level, there's a bit of conflict and inner conflict.
Mm. The only thing that you can trust absolutely is that which is absolute. The mind, your thoughts, your sensations, your feelings, they're constantly shifting, changing, right? So you cannot absolutely trust that. You need to trust that which is absolutely trustworthy as much as possible. So in our experience, the thoughts that appear to us, the memories that appear to us, feelings that appear to us about the family, about future, and all of that it keeps shifting. And so it'll take you here, then it takes you there, then the next day, something else. You have to understand that, oh, okay, that's how the mind operates. The mind is just, going to look at this, say, oh, no, how about that? Oh, that's good, but oh, no. So once you understand that, you're not subject to the mind. You sort of say, that's how this puppy, that's how this puppy is, right? But you are not the puppy. You are not the mind. You perceive the mind. That which perceives isn't moving. A movement doesn't perceive. A thought doesn't perceive. A thought is perceived. There is something which perceives, which is not a movement, which doesn't move. And that's always there. This entire universe appears within a reality. Like in your night dreams, all sorts of things you perceive, they appear in your dream, your mind dream, your dream mind, you, the dreamer. So although there is movement in your night dream, the dreamer isn't moving, as a metaphor. And from the perspective of our habitual way of thinking and feeling is that, oh, well, I am Ezra, I am somebody, I am fill in the blanks, I am somebody. When we hear that which you can trust is just this invisible awareness, from the perspective of being somebody, it's like, what kind of rubbish is that? Because this awareness is just like a thought, or like it's not from the perspective of the mind, from the perspective of our identification. Awareness is just something that, like a thought, like a soul or something, It's not the reality. Reality is my thoughts. My reality is my mother, my house, my car, the mountain. That's how we usually refer to reality. But it's ridiculous. You come back in 20 million years, where is Istanbul or where is Beirut or where is, who knows? I mean, where is the planet Earth? So we attribute reality and we attribute power and we are guided by the mind, the world, the body, by the shifting stuff, by the stuff that's constantly shifting. So of course we feel confused because heck, I mean, the next thought is saying something else. And then another event happens in the world and everything shifts. And I was betting, I bet all my money on a certain perceived situation which shifted now. So we need to take the world, body, mind with a grain of salt. This life is not about the world, body, mind. Your car, your life is not about your car. Your car is just an instrument for you to go shopping. I'm using a metaphor. It's just an instrument. This world, body, mind is just an instrument. It's a vehicle for us to awaken, for us to come to understanding. So it's about understanding. The understanding about what is and cannot not be. And this understanding liberates, removes the veil, removes the confusion. But if you're trying to remove the confusion using the mind, you're using confusion to remove confusion. You know what I mean? So you have to use the mind judiciously, to not as the absolute truth, but as okay, when today is a sunny day, it's a good day to go for a walk. A thought is appearing to me, maybe I should, or I would like to, or it'd be nice to study computer science, maybe I'm going to work, I like to work in the IT field, okay, it's a thought that's appearing to you. So you can explore it. Why not? You can explore it. But above all, not to make your happiness subject or prey or victim or subject to, I have to, if I don't land an IT job, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me? So that's unhappiness right there, you say. I have to, I must to, or else. No. There's no, you're understanding about what your true self. There is no or else about it. I am. And I know that I am. And yes, let me see if I can drive my vehicle on Route 79 or drive my vehicle on Route 15 or whatever. You don't know what will happen on the road. Maybe you're driving on Route 15 and then the road ends, it's closed because of construction. So now you have to turn around and go back to Highway 79. Okay, we don't know. But it doesn't matter. Why it doesn't matter? Because we are this formless awareness that's navigating, this life and reading the signals. The signal says, okay, this road is closed. Okay. Or the signal is saying, go right. Signal can come from outside or it can come from within you. Oh, wow. I think I'd like to live closer to my sister or I like to move to, something comes within you that's pointing you, that's speaking to you, that's resonating for you. And you have to honor that, because it's not coming from your personal self, it's coming to you. You're perceiving a thought or an idea that's saying, okay, maybe it is time for me now to make some money and rent my own apartment, whatever. So you take a look at that, and you see how it feels for you. And is it possible? Maybe it is. Above all, don't try to bring an end to your confusion in by relying on something in the world or in the body or the mind. And remain fluid, not attached to any direction. Except if a direction speaks to you, then you would explore it, but you're not attached to it. You're saying, yeah, that's what I want to do. Say, oh, gee, what are you doing, Ezra? You're now studying piano? What are you gonna, it's silly, you're wasting your time, but inside you feel, that's what I want to do. Yes, that's what I want to do. Doesn't matter. You do it because you're loving to do it, and that's what you want to do, right? You're not, except if when somebody says something like that to you, it makes you question, you're right. Gee, I didn't think about that. Maybe, so instead of spending 4 hours working on the piano, maybe I'd spend 2 hours and I spend 2 other hours doing something else, that's maybe. The mind can be very confusing. The world, very confusing. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I think maybe amidst this confusion, I've struggled to discern a lot of what is really just coming from a place of, oh, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to explore that, versus my survival depends on this, so I need to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I think I'm wanting to take some time to refrain from acting from this, from the premise of confusion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. The survival of the body, of course, is something that we all, take care of. But confusion, your survival is survival of the body. The survival of the body has nothing to do with your survival. Of course, you do your best about the survival of the body, but don't confuse it to be your survival. I mean, we all know this body is on a time clock.
Yeah.
But you are not on a time clock. Right? You're not the body. The body is a very intimate instrument that is available to you as consciousness. You take care of the body, you do your best with the body, and of course, the survival of the body is very important for you. That's part of the game. I mean, for as long as possible.
Juanita, me hace la leche y eso.
So, there is a way of working with the body mind, that doesn't have that the thorn of identification. That's an interesting exploration. Yeah. Plus, you're young. There are a lot of things that will be manifesting to you. Life is full of change at the level of of manifestation. There's all sorts of experiences, things, people that will appear to you, changes that will happen in your family, in the world, in your body, and you know. And life can be playful too, you know. It's not just about survival. It's about also enjoyment and celebration and creativity and playfulness, and it would be really very gloomy if it was just about survival.
Yeah, and I think I'm aware of that as well. And during this time, because there's, confusion has just been very prevalent. That's what I've been prioritizing, just enjoying sipping some tea outside or being outside in nature or talking to a friend,
Absolutely.
creating something not just to make money out of it or secure myself, but just because I enjoy expressing myself in a way. Yeah.
There's the appreciation. I mean, sometimes, we sit down, we're having a cup of tea on the veranda, and we're thinking about, oh my goodness, whatever. But the full appreciation of having a cup of tea on the veranda, I mean, that can be a very rich thing. This enjoyment, the simple enjoyments. Life is made out of simple enjoyments. I mean, hopefully, possibly, if it's possible for life to just simple enjoyments. Enjoyment of driving, hopefully not too much traffic, just to enjoy the simple things in life. I mean, even to take a deep breath, yeah, oh, yeah, this is the oxygenation of the body, stretching. Yeah, wow. Life is always unfolding. It's not gonna say, okay, no, Ezra, you stay on the side. No, you are life. It's always gonna be manifesting and inviting you to new experiences. And it's for you to enjoy and celebrate. As opposed to worry. Explore, There's nothing at stake. It's all going to work out one way or the other. If we are flowing with the Tao, right? So we flow with the Tao.
Maria, I was in Costa Rica last year for 5 months.
Oh,
I love that place. Yeah,
you were.
I was. Yeah, it was the most amazing time. I loved it. Now I know I have a home if I come. Thank you, Magdi. I appreciate it.
Nice chatting with you. I just noticed a comment by Gonzalo. If the mind is the only instrument, we have to experience reality, but the mind is precisely the wrong instrument, then what would be the right use of the mind? Gonzalo. So Gonzalo, no, the mind is not the only instrument we have to experience reality. The mind refers to perceptions. The mind refers to thoughts, bodily sensations, and world perceptions, it is an instrument via which consciousness plays the game of world, body, mind. In other words, the instrument via which consciousness perceives the world, thoughts, and the body. But in terms of experience of reality, only reality is, or another way of speaking it, using the word experience, only reality experiences reality. Reality is, and by the very fact of being, it is aware that it is. I am, and I know that I am. That is the reality, knowing itself, experiencing itself by being itself. So the right use of the mind does not mean the false self. Senor Gonzalo, the mind does not mean the false self. Ignorance means the false self, meaning the belief that consciousness is limited and personal. That is ignorance. That is the false self. That is the falsehood. But the mind is not the falsehood. The mind is Maya, is manifestation, is a bundle of thoughts, perceptions, and sensations that via the human body mind, consciousness perceives the world, perceives bodily sensations. All of that is the mind, perceives images and creative thinking. So the right use of the mind, well, enjoy it. To enjoy the world, to enjoy the body. And the way to enjoy the body and the way to enjoy the world is by not by identifying with it. You know, not to make your happiness depending or dependent on anything, right? So you could celebrate, if you want to learn how to dance, yeah. You learn how to tango, go ahead, learn how to tango, but don't make anything dependent on that. Oh my goodness, if I learn how to tango, all the girls are gonna love me, and I'm gonna be very popular with the ladies. I don't know. Maybe not. So don't make your happiness dependent on. And the mind can also be used like we are doing now in contemplation, for contemplation, meaning turning the attention towards the source. The mind can also be used for creative activity. I mean, and also the mind is useful for practical purposes. Anyways, that's what I have to say about your comment. Any questions? Well, thank you all. Very lovely to share this precious time together. Eloisa, Philomene, Holger, Maria, Ioana, Ola Jenny,
Hola, Mandy.
Ezra,
Thank you.
Laura, hello Ganesh, Ola Gonzalo, Lynn, hi Lynn, salut Shiva, Malcolm, Anne, Jackie, hey Malcolm, Laura. Thank you all. If I missed anybody, I'm really sorry. Thank you all. Lovely to be with you.
Thank you, Magdi. Beautiful.
Thank you, Magdi.
Thank you, Magdi.
Thank you, Magdi.
Thank you, Magdine.
Thank you.